They call her lavish. First lady of the slave, running the game, and you know we ain't capping. And she got the boy Jay. I done came a long way. The way that we brag, you and me, we not the same. And now we got reason to never stop reaching. We call them forest, but you call them king. We a family that speaks it. Oh, the Parkers, we're the Parkers, yeah. Keeping up with the Parkers.
Hello, Parker peeps. Hope you guys are having a great day. So I wanted to come on here to share that I am getting ready to do a podcast with a very special friend that I know. She reached out to me and asked me if I could be a part of it, and I told her yes. So that is what I'm getting ready to do now. I'm so excited. I'm trying to get myself together so I can hit this link right now. But I will be back and I'll show you guys all about it. Well, tell you guys all about it. And I'm going to try to record it as well. My phone is about to die, but we'll see.
Have you kind of tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
And then, of course, there will be a couple of portions of the episode where you'll be able to kind of talk about like your YouTube channel and your obviously I'll mention your hairstylist aspect, but then of course you could talk about your ebook and your products and all that stuff. So I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to share that with everybody as well.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna have like a little pause, and then I'll introduce the podcast, and then we'll get started. Okay.
All right. Okay. I think I got it. Let me figure out these headphones.
Okay. Sure. Take your time.
Okay.
Actually, while you're doing that, let me make sure that it's not burning these chicken nuggets. Right?
Okay.
Okay, no, he didn't.
All right. Hello. Can you hear me? All right. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Yes, I am.
Hello, and welcome back to a Mom with a Mic podcast. I'm a wife, a mother, and a content creator, and I am so excited to have my friend Darnisha here with us today.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing good.
Darnisha and I have known each other for a few years now. We met in college through my friend Quita. Back in my loose natural days before I started my locks. Like, guys, when I tell you, if you need a fresh style, for me specifically, it was box braids. Like, I knew who I needed to call. I was like, let me get Darnisha. Let me get an appointment in with Darnisha.
Yes.
She's going to get me right. I mean, like, y'all, she has the type of hands that you've had your box braids in for like 2 months and you're like, I probably should take these out, but they still look so good. So, Darnisha, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yes. First, Whitney, I just want to say thank you so much for just thinking of me, and just inviting me in your space during this time. So I just want to thank you for that.
Of course.
My name is Darnisha Parker. I am married to an amazing husband for 4 years now. I'm a new mom to a baby boy. He'll be 6 months in a few days. I'm a hairstylist slash entrepreneur, specializing in braids, weaves, hair product. And I just love to inspire women all over the world as much as I possibly can through the way that I live, through my service and doing hair. And I just love and life and living.
Yes.
So that's
And
me.
so when was your son born? What date? Like, was it on the because that's like exactly a month after my daughter
Yeah,
was born.
February 26th.
Oh, so
February
2 days.
26th.
Okay, my daughter's born on the
Mm-hmm.
24th. Wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
I love it.
Oh.
I remember like having that discussion with you,
Mm-hmm.
just wanting to become a mother. And when I
Yeah.
tell you, I was in tears when I watched your YouTube video when you found out you were
Sis.
pregnant. I was just so, so happy. I was like, I love this. And so, you
Oh
know,
man.
getting right into it, I've been following your journey through motherhood from, beginning to now. And one thing that I've noticed is how you always speak love and life into your son, even
Yeah.
before he
Yeah.
was born. And
Yeah.
so, like, for everyone who isn't following you yet, because I'm sure I need a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people to do that after this, but
Mm-hmm.
what are some things that you say to him on a daily basis?
Yes, absolutely. So one, I really believe in the power of words and just things that we speak. I do believe that, words are like seeds. Planted, it could either, blossom to be something good or something negative that we don't want. Um, and just bringing a child into the world was always like a dream for me, something that I always knew that I wanted. And so when I got pregnant, it was just like, God, you really did this for me.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just told God, like, I would do my very best to be the best mom that I could be to this baby boy. And that's first speaking to him, like, he's in my belly. He's not here yet. I have the
Right.
power to just talk to him and speak to him. So, even now, before he was born, I wrote down different affirmations that I wanted to, say to him once he got here. So I wrote those down, printed them out, and they're in a frame in his room on the
Oh,
wall. And when I change him, sometimes we go over it, we say it, and he loves it. He laughs, and I would say
yeah.
one of those affirmations that I have is, baby boy, you are so loved, you are cherished and respected.
I love that.
I really believe that, not just girls, but boys, they need to hear that
Yes,
from their mom, from their dad, that they're loved. Um, because the state that the world that we live in now, it's hard, it's
it is
difficult.
hard.
And I really think that, baby girls and baby boys should know
Mhm.
that love starts in the home.
I think it's
Um,
so important that you said that
mhm,
baby boys need those, those words just as
absolutely.
much as the girls do.
Yes, yes,
Yes. Oh my gosh.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so, what would you say? I mean, when he got here, I mean,
Mhm.
motherhood just suits you. I mean,
Thank you so
how do
much.
you think you
Thank
were?
you.
Of course, like I just love following your journey, and like, how do you think you were so able to so smoothly adjust to motherhood? Because I know for me, I'm still trying to figure
Mhm.
it out. And of course,
Mhm.
every mother is figuring it out in their
Yes,
own way.
yes.
But, I see, you're making his baby food and you're pumping and you're gone back
Yeah.
to work. And, how are you able to do that so smoothly? Give us the
Yes.
tea.
I would definitely say I'm really, really grateful for that. The mother that I think that I am to my son, it's rooted from, how I was raised.
Mhm.
Um, of course, I was raised around love. My mom and dad always told me that they loved me, but there was just different things that I didn't agree with. And I always said that, once I have my own children, things are going to be different. Things are going to be different. I want to be an intentional mother with my son.
Mm.
Um, Even, going back to work, I still want to be present. I want my son to know that I love him, that I care for him, um, that he's my number one priority
Mhm.
after my husband.
Right.
Um, and going back, again, that was always something that I always knew that I wanted from a little girl. I always knew I wanted to be a mom. And so when he came into this world, like, I don't know, I just tapped into it. And
Mhm.
it's like, people always tell you, you don't know a love until you have a child.
Right.
And I love my husband with all of me.
Mhm.
But having that little boy,
It's a different type of
it's
love.
a different type of love. It really is.
Yeah.
Um, and so I find joy in doing those things for him. It makes me happy to make his food,
Mhm.
um, when I'm making his food, I have him in the kitchen with me.
Oh.
And, I don't want him to be afraid of the blender. So I tell him this is what we're getting ready to do. And I turn it on and he's okay.
I love that. My 4-year-old still doesn't like the blender.
Yeah. Hmm.
I love that. That's so good. So,
Yes.
so how would you describe yourself as a woman, as a wife, a mother, a
Hmm.
businesswoman? I mean, these are all different
Hmm.
areas of your life. And
Yeah.
of course, motherhood is time consuming, but
Hmm.
you've got these different aspects of your life. So how would you describe yourself?
I think I would describe myself as one, just always making sure that I'm taken care of. So self-care is very important to me.
Hmm.
Even if it's just sitting in the car and on my phone or going to the park for a walk, just taking that time for me. Being intentional, being intentional,
Hmm.
being present. That's very important for myself, for my marriage, for my child.
Hmm.
Um, and I believe that, if you take care of yourself first, everything else will fall into play.
Absolutely.
If I'm not okay, as a woman of the house, like that's a major part,
Mm.
we're the keepers of the home.
Yes.
So just making sure that I'm taken care of and then my family gets the fruit of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I am a great motivator for myself. When I want to do something, it's easy for me to motivate myself rather than going out and needing somebody to give me, what I need. I've
Hmm.
always been that type of person. Um, so yeah,
I love that
yeah.
because I'm actually the opposite. Like I feel like I
Mhm.
am. I mean, some people may look at me and think it differently, but I don't feel like I
Mhm.
am a big motivator for myself. I find
Mhm.
that I get more motivation outwardly, and it's something that I'm trying to work on
Mhm.
because at the end of the day, like I need to be able to motivate myself because those
Mhm.
outward sources are not always going to be,
Yeah. Yeah.
there. And if I can't motivate
Mhm.
myself, then no one else can. Like
Yeah.
so
Absolutely.
I commend you for that because that is phenomenal. That's an amazing way
Mhm.
to live your life. And so,
Thank you. Thank you. But I mean, of course, we know those things don't just happen overnight.
right.
And that's why I, speak those things over my son because I want him to be able to, take what I'm saying and in the future when we're not around, be
Hmm.
able to say those things to himself, be able to believe that he could do anything.
Hmm.
Um, in my house, I did not see that. I didn't experience any of that. My mom, she didn't speak positive words. There were no positive words on the wall.
Hmm.
And so things like that are big for me. We have motivational words around the house.
Hmm.
Um, because it's encouraging, it's inspiring,
And I
inspiring. So,
and I think it's important that you noted that because,
hmm.
just because you didn't necessarily experience it growing
Hmm.
up doesn't mean that you can't create it. Like you can't,
Right, right.
so you saying that
Hmm.
the way that you parent isn't all the way what you experienced growing up, you decided to change a few
Hmm.
things and, bring all that positivity into your life. And I love that because
Yeah.
so oftentimes we get trapped in sort of like a cycle of familiarity, and
Hmm.
so you're like, well, this is what I'm used to. This is what I know. This is how
Right,
I was
right.
raised. And,
Hmm.
I know a lot of times, especially, Black women were like, well, I was raised this way and I turned out just fine. So
And I'm just gonna keep
I'm
doing
gonna
the
just
same
keep
thing
doing
that,
the same thing.
hmm.
Exactly. And it's like, it doesn't always have to be something
Yeah,
negative that you want to change. It could just be
yeah.
something that you didn't have that you want
Hmm.
to incorporate. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I love that. So you went back to work and
Yes. Yeah.
you're doing a great job. I mean, you've been doing so many big things. And so
Thank you.
as a new mom, how did it feel going back to work? Like how did you deal with that mentally?
In the beginning, I mean, I always, even before he was born, I was like, Lord, I don't know what we're gonna do,
Hmm.
but I really don't want him to go to daycare right away.
Hmm.
Um, and I always say it really sucks that COVID happened,
Yeah.
but I also believe that it happened for the good of a lot of people because we had that time, to spend with family.
Yeah.
Um, and I was able to spend a little more time with him because I was going to go back sooner.
Hmm.
Um, And then, my husband is home. So it worked out that he's able to be with my husband during the day when I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of alleviated a lot of just what are we going to do with him?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to watch him? Because I'm not comfortable with anybody
Right.
watching him. So that really helped. I plan my schedule so that I am not gone all day because
Mhm.
I just cannot be away from him for that
I
long. But
know.
I was like, okay, God, if I'm not working these long hours like I was before, something's gonna have to change because
Right.
I need to still be making money. Like,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really worry about it. I just went, I just did it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing good. Like I'm making money,
Mm-hmm.
doing well than I
Mm-hmm.
did, before he came. And it's a
Mm-hmm.
blessing. And I'm only working for about 6 hours, so it's not bad.
Right. But
But
you're
yeah,
still
it's
able to
working.
do what you love and
Mm-hmm.
still be present
Yeah.
with your son. So,
Yeah.
do you ever have moments of anxiety? Like, do you ever have moments where you feel just like
Mhm.
overwhelmed?
Um,
If not, that's okay.
I will
How?
say no, 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 not really anxiety. Of
Mhm.
course, overwhelmed. Like these sleepless nights, honey.
Oh,
Listen,
girl.
I'd be like Forrest J. Parker. What
This
is the
ain't it.
deal?
Right. I'm right in the same boat with
Yes.
you, and I got two of them. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
We just looking at them like, ain't you tired, baby? Ain't you
Yes. And you
tired?
just like, Lord, I be seeing every hour on the hour in the middle of the night. And I'm like, Lord,
Yes.
this is not right. But
And
I
hubby
know
is
it's
just
not gonna
sitting
be
there
like this.
peacefully sleeping.
Yes. He be knocked out. Oh man.
Oh my gosh. If you've heard any of my other episodes, like one thing that
Lord.
I'm always talking about is just those
Hmm.
middle of the night side eyes where it's like,
Yes,
uh,
yes. And you be like, oh my God, seriously? Like you really don't hear him?
you really sleeping
Mm.
good, that good, huh?
Yes. And
But
then I have to get up and pump because
yes.
I'm a pumping mom. Baby
Mm-hmm.
boy did not agree with the boob.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to get up and pump. So that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
But just learning how to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm extremely tired in the middle of the night, but once I actually get up in the morning and get my day started, I'm usually good. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
morning person,
Me too.
so I'm good. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
So,
not really anxiety, but yes, be overwhelmed every now and again. Hmm.
mm-hmm. Do you have anything that you do in particularly like that, like on those especially overwhelming days where you kind of have to like bring it back in? Like I know for me, like I gotta take like 5 minutes to pray and
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
like lock myself in my bathroom so my dog doesn't
Hmm.
find me, and I'm just like, okay, I need 5 minutes to
Yeah, yeah,
myself
yes.
to bring
So
it
I
back.
journal. I
Oh.
journal and I go for walks. I love walks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So even if I have baby boy,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes when he's fussy, I say, all right, let's go for a walk. Let's go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Because we need some sunlight. We need to get out, get some fresh air.
Fresh
But that's
air.
usually what I do. I
Okay.
love walks.
I love
Hmm.
that. So, what would you say to an overwhelmed mom who just wants to feel confident
Hmm.
in herself as a
Hmm.
mother?
I'll just say take your time, take a moment and breathe.
Mm-hmm.
When you inhale, exhale, knowing that it's not going to be like this always.
Mm-hmm.
And that encourages me to just embrace the now because, they're not going to be babies forever.
That's true.
And these sleepless nights, they may not. I mean, your baby may grow out of it tomorrow, next
Mm-hmm.
week. They
Mm-hmm.
probably won't. But,
Right. Right.
you just roll with the punches and just know that whatever you're doing a very good job.
Yeah.
And don't compare yourself to the next person. It's okay to, take advice from different moms,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody's journey is different.
It's
And your
different.
baby loves you for what you're doing. That's it.
And I say that to myself all the time. Like I look
Hmm.
at my daughter, I'm like, wow, you were just born yesterday.
Hmm.
How are you 4? And then
Yes.
my new one, I'm like,
Yes.
how are you already about to be 7 months old? I'm like mind
Yes.
blown. But I'm also, at the same time, I'm like trying to enjoy these moments, but these moments are
Hmm.
really tough sometimes. But
Hmm.
I also
Hmm.
I literally have two people to look at, like, okay, well, this one grew up overnight
Yeah.
and this one is
Yeah.
still waking up in the middle of the night. So I'm I'm like, I'm in the middle, but I am.
Yes.
It is a
Like Whitney, it
blessing.
really does happen so fast, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah. So
Why are
fast.
you sitting up right now?
Right.
Like, wait.
Yes. And then my little one, she's like starting to do those like ma ba ba, and
Oh
I'm like,
my
ah!
God.
Yes, I love, you love those moments, and you like when those
Wow.
moments are happening, you're just so
Mm-hmm.
excited when they start reaching those milestones that you kind of forget that
Yeah.
they're keeping you up all night. But
Mm-hmm.
so,
Mm-hmm.
it's there's pros and
Yeah.
cons, but they're
Yeah.
all blessings either way. So
Mm-hmm.
so
That's it.
I know that you
Yeah.
just recently released your ebook, right?
Yes. And
So
I'm so
can you,
excited.
I know, like, can you tell us? I purchased it, so I'm so excited to dive
Thank
into it. It's hard
you.
finding 2 minutes. Like I'm trying to like
Right,
sneak it in, like when the
right.
kids go to sleep before, husband and I have
Mm-hmm.
our little time. Um,
Yes,
so tell us a little bit about the ebook. What encouraged you to write it? I want all of that.
absolutely. Absolutely. So I always knew that I wanted to write a book. Never knew what I wanted to write about. That's just something I put out in the atmosphere.
Mhm.
And it's funny because when I had my son, that's when the idea came. But
Wow.
it's funny how like things just happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. So a few years ago, I had a vision board party for my business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the main focus was seeing it, dreaming it, believing it. And so that came back. It came back to me, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hmm. So just thinking about like how life has just played out for me, I'm grateful because I really learned how to, see things, see the life that I wanted for myself, even though I didn't see it in the natural.
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to just to to be mindful of the things that I talk about, that I speak, because like I said in the beginning, words are seeds ready to be planted, and it could either blossom to be something good or something negative.
Mm-hmm.
And so I learned how to, watch my mouth, be careful about what I say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ever say that I'm broke,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not claiming that.
Right.
Um, and just learning how to believe the things that I was saying and really trusting that God could do those things for me, because in the book I state, the things that we believe for, I truly believe that we don't believe for those things just because.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that God placed those things on our heart,
Mm-hmm.
and it's up to us to manifest those things. Um, and so there's so many things in my life that has happened over time up until now that
Mm-hmm.
I really look back on and say, wow, I really spoke that and I'm living it. And so in my ebook, I just want to help a lot of people just learn the power of really, you know, focusing yourself and seeing that these things can really happen for you, whatever you desire.
Mm-hmm.
Learning how to speak, being mindful of, oh, don't say, today is a bad day today. And it's okay, some days may not be better than others,
Mm-hmm.
but we just have to be mindful of what we say, um, and believe that those things can happen. And so that's what this ebook is about, just helping people to see the life that they want, to
Mm-hmm.
believe it, to speak it on a repetitious base, and allow it to, manifest, allow it to happen.
Yes. And of
Yes.
course, I'm going to leave the link for that ebook so
Hmm.
everyone can check that out. I mean, I am so
Absolutely. Yes.
proud that I know you and of your
Yes.
journey and just
Thank you so
everything.
much.
I mean, honestly, every time I talk to you, anytime I got my hair done, I always left just
Yes.
feeling so calm. Like, I'm just going to go downstairs, like, hey, kids.
Yes.
We are gonna have a wonderful evening. You're gonna
Oh
go to
man.
sleep so easily. And I'm joking, but like I
Hmm.
honestly do feel so just relaxed and just like because you have such an
Yeah.
amazing spirit and energy about you. And
Thank you
I was
so
like,
much.
I need to share this. I cannot be selfish. I have to share
Thank
this. So,
you.
I am so thankful and just the ways that we
Yes.
connected. Your husband sang at our
Hmm.
wedding. I mean,
Yes. We were
so
just talking about that last night at date night.
yes.
Hmm.
It's just amazing how things come together
Yes.
and I am
Yes.
so thankful to have you as a friend. And it's funny because
Absolutely.
in the beginning you talked about, Flourishing. And I was originally going to call this episode's Moms Figuring It Out. And no, I think I'm going to change it. And I think I'm going to call it Moms Flourishing, because
I love it.
Speaking that positivity, I mean, we're not, yes, we are figuring it out, but we're still flourishing. And I feel like let's go with the higher one. And I'm so inspired and I'm so thankful. So I really do appreciate you being on today.
Thank you so much, sis.
Anytime.
I really appreciate it.
Of course, I'm so good. So, I mean, honestly, like, I'm speechless because I just absolutely just love your journey. And you guys, her husband and her, they have a YouTube channel called Keeping Up with the Parkers. It is, so if you really want to get a firsthand look at to just how beautiful of a family that she has, how beautiful of a person Darnisha is, I mean, you can get a little glimpse through their YouTube, but it's nothing like knowing you in person, that's for sure. That is.
Thank you. And you are awesome as well. You already know that.
Oh, thank you. And if I ever decide to cut these locks, you're gonna be.
I know you're not gonna do that though.
I'm not.
We are not doing that.
It's just so carefree. I'm just, in all honesty, but I miss your hands on my head with these braids. Like, I miss them so much, but I know other women out there are getting that love. So I can be okay with that. So, but thank you so much. We will talk soon. I will leave all of your information down below. And again, I am just so proud of you, and continue doing everything that you're doing and encouraging these women out there, because we can all use it for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, sis.
No problem. You take care. Okay.
All right. You too.
Hey guys, so I just wrapped up. I am in awe right now. I am in awe. So I was asked to do a podcast. One of my friends reached out to me, Whitney, and she asked me if I could be a part of her podcast, and I said absolutely yes right away. She's so amazing. I love her so much. Her kids are so beautiful. I'm so happy that I did it. Like, what I feel right now can't even be explained. The topic of the podcast is mothers flourishing. And if you follow me here, you know how much my family means to me. I really do just love sharing, our love. We're not perfect, but I love my husband so much. I love my child so much. I've always wanted to be a mom from the day I could remember. Being a kid, I always said, I can't wait till the day I become a mother. And just being able to share my story with her, it just brought back so many, times, amazing memories, some not so good memories that caused me to want to be the mother and the wife that I am to my child and to my father today. And to my husband today. And I'm just so grateful. Thank you so much, Whitney, for just thinking of me. I'm just so full. I'm so happy. And I'm gonna get the link from her because I really want to share that with you guys. But yes, I'm grateful. I'm grateful because my story could have been completely different. I know you guys, you know that I'm a hairstylist, you know that I'm a wife, you know that I'm a mom. But those things mean so much more to me than what I show you. I just think about, where I come from, how I was raised, and I have an amazing family. I have amazing parents. But there are things that I want to do differently with my child, with my family, with my bloodline. And I'm just so inspired right now. And my heart is so warm right now because
my family really means the world to me, and it makes me so happy to just share those good times with you guys and, you know, share the beautifulness of it, because God really showed out. God really showed out, and I'm grateful. And I'm gonna stop, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. I love y'all so much, and to each and every person who look at me and are inspired in some way, shape, or form, I just want to say thank you so much. It's genuine. It's genuine, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that I'm able to just share the beauty in my life, because at one point it was hell. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful, and I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for, you know, telling me that I inspire you and encourage you. So yeah, I'm done. Love you guys.